Good evening, guys. This is Raghu here, and today we would like to quickly analyze how we could have traded Nifty and what will be the expiry view. So today I will try to cover Bank Nifty as well, but quickly let's cover uh, Nifty today. Today, how we could have traded. So this is one of the explosive setup which we had today. We had a narrow CPR. And sorry, yesterday I could not bring the analysis to you as I was not feeling well, just recovering, and hopefully by tomorrow I should be 100% fit. So we had a range bound day yesterday, a tight range bound day. No way. I mean, there was nothing to trade. So today price opens below previous day range, which is previous day low and S1. So this is a very high probability setup where usually um, if you trade, these are the days where you should take the risk. However, since we follow pivots, it opened below S1, and I did tell in my group that as long as price is below S1, we can hold our trade. But immediately it found support near S2. Now here there is a very crucial important thing which I would like to let you know. Where was this support? Watch this. This is a 15 minutes time frame, and let me remove the clutter for you. We don't want unnecessary moving averages. This is a 15 minutes 200 MA. All right. Now also watch the Cambrilla pivots. This is the Cambrilla pivot. So when you combine both the pivots, you get a great insight. Agree below S1 floor pivot is a trendy setup. And but we had a 15, we have a S2 pivot, and near this S2 pivot, we had a 15 minutes 200 day moving average. This is nothing but a weekly pivot as per the moving average. So this was a strong support, and adding to that, we also had H5. What this? This is L5 or H5 Cambrilla pivots. So we had three supports here where most of the traders watch this to take trades. Now, had L5 was broken below S4 or L4 and below L5, usually it's a breakout trade. So I was waiting whether it will break, but the moment I saw this 200 moving average, and if you go to 5 minutes time frame and remove this moving average, this pivot alone is enough. It was taking a support, forming a double bottom. This was a crucial evidence where the downtrend was over until unless the low was broken. But was this a good enough clue to take the upside trade? Definitely not. The reason being that previous day low and the previous day S1 was here. Along with that, if you observe, this is the hourly time frame. This hourly time frame 17,988. If you see 17,988 was somewhere around here. Do you need to watch hourly 200 MA, 20 MA, all these things? No, I'm not telling you should watch, but when, as said, the previous day low and the S1 pivot always acts as a crucial resistance if price is moving from the bottom. So you can watch the price action here. We had quite a lot of price action. We had a breakout, and this yellow dots are nothing but, see here, this is a double. These yellow dots are weekly pivots, weekly low, weekly high, sorry. This is a weekly high from the previous week, not this week, mind it, from the previous week. Here it is weekly low. So here it found some kind of resistance and came down, but the catch for us was this hourly 200 MA, because all the 200 MAs hourly, 5 minutes, 15 minutes, told in several videos that there is a high probability that once these moving average, 200-day moving average is broken out, you would get a sharp up moves. And today was one of the moves where you can see here, after breaking of S1 and 200 hourly 200 MA, how the price moved from here till here. So this was a 50 points move. So I thought it might go till R1 because this was a narrow pivot, and price did break the narrow pivot. But however, this was our selling area or the resistance area from the previous day. So I was curious to see whether this resistance area will be taken out. It did not take it out. So overall, other than this brief 1 hour or 40 minutes up move, overall market was sideways. And I mean, this was one of the only one trade where you had good risk to reward after the previous day low was broken. That is for Nifty. Bank Nifty, there was no trade, if I'm not wrong. Now let's observe how tomorrow Nifty would play out. So basically, this is 1 day, this is 2 day, this is 3 day. So when you see these 3 days, what do you understand? So we had a sharp downtrend. Then again, the high was broken. And yesterday market kind of opened within the previous day, around previous day high, did not sustain it, came down slowly, choppy day. And today we had, for most of the day, it was a completely choppy day. There was no trade except for one brief moment. But again, that did not give enough clarity whether buyers are confident enough to take the price up, because after breaking the central pivot range, price did not sustain above it. It just came down and closed around the weekly high. Now, if you go further down, so this is how Nifty is playing out for last several days, right? So if I remove previous week, low, high, everything, and keep only central pivot to have a clarity. This is again where the selling happened, where yesterday price did not sustain above it. And this is where after coming down market is taking. So basically, if you observe the central pivot range, do you see uptrend or downtrend? What kind of trend you're seeing? The central pivot range is all over the place. So what I'm trying to show you here is market is sideways. When market is sideways, you have to cut your lot sizes and trade cautiously with a lot of patience. You can take risk only if you have a setup like today, where price is opening below S1 or below R, above R1, and then see whether you can get good risk to reward. Most of the times above R1 and below S1 is where the smart money enters. So today, although price opened below S1, there was not enough conviction for sellers, and they lack strength to take the price down. So that gives some kind of hint that the market might go up. But does it have enough strength to take the price up? I don't know. But going by the overall what do you call trend for last several days, after such a sharp fall, market is trying to consolidate. So there's no direction, and for us to get any direction, we have to observe tomorrow's CPR and R1 and S1. I'm sorry. This is tomorrow's R1, which is at 18,082. But beyond that, you also have the selling area, a very strong selling area. Where is the selling area? This selling area coincides at 18,100. So I remember telling that if the price sustains about yesterday, it would go ahead and touch 18,200, but price did not sustain, so it is sideways. So this day before yesterday, I mean yesterday's high is very important for bulls to take the price up. If yesterday's high is broken, where would price go? The price would go to 18,200. I had told 18,200, 18,260. So likewise, if S1, that is 17,935, there our today's low is broken again. That means Sellers are taking control of the price, and they might take the price to the first range of 17,840, or they can go to 17,757 and then lower the recent low 17,600 ranges. Can it happen tomorrow alone? I don't know. But what we need to understand is when market is going sideways and choppy, you need to anticipate a breakout day where you need to take the risk. Not on these days, but anticipate wherever S1 and R1 is breaking, take the risk with stop loss so that you can maximize your profits. Now, this is something which I wanted to show you. The levels, I had drawn levels for you. These are the levels on 5 minutes Nifty. So you can watch if today's high is taken out, that is where we have a lot of resistance here. So basically tomorrow price not only above R1, if it's above 18,072, then expect 18,100, 110 will be tested. If it goes above 18,100, see here, till 18,190, we have a good space where there's no much price action to stop the price. Likewise, if price opens in between today's range, that is between 17,916 and 18,064. So in between, you can see this area is a choppy area. So whenever price comes here, you don't have any direction. Market lacks direction. Similar to here. See here, we had a lot of resistance. That's where market stopped and went down because they were pre-established resistance where market kept going down. I mean, albeit with less force. So what I'm trying to communicate here is market should open previous day high to have a very big move upside, or today's low to have a very strong move downside. Now that is Nifty for you. And if you follow pivots, it's very simple. R1 and S1. These are the two areas. If you follow Cambrilla pivots, you need to watch L4 or S4, low 4 or high 4, and high 5, low 5. If these things gets broken, then you will have a very high probability of breakout trades. Now this is Bank Nifty. How did Bank Nifty? As said, there was no trade at all in Bank Nifty. Okay, let me beautify this quickly so that tomorrow's pivot, make it small and make it circles, thin line, circles, thin line, circles. Tomorrow R1, circles, S1, circles. All right. Okay, what do we see here? I mean, it's almost both Nifty and Bank Nifty goes hand in hand. If you see, this is the big range. This is the range where Bank Nifty is moving. But what's happening between last 3 days? Remember, Bank Nifty gives sharp moves. So this is the range. So same thing. If Bank Nifty sustains above today's high and previous day high, you have a very good move. And similarly, if it sustains below S1 or today's low, there's nothing to stop. Let's see. Oh yeah, we have one big buying area here, which is 38,444. So if it breaks 38,850, so then we have some 300, 400 range downside. So probably you can anticipate some 200, 300 points moves downside. If a 38,444 is taken out, then you have some good moves. It can take you till 38,150, 100. Just to keep it short, if you follow pivots, if the price is oscillating between in a tight range between central pivot range like today, do not trade. I mean today it was not around central pivot range, it was below S1 but in a very tight range. After the first two candles it just went sideways, so you have to wait for the high or low to break so that you can take a high probability trade. Otherwise you should just sit tight. That is how option buying works, guys. So we have a great setup in Nifty and Bank Nifty. I see Bank Nifty has a beautiful setup because last 3 days is a very tight range with no direction. What would be my bias? If you see Nifty has settled slightly above, yes, slightly above today's upper CPR. That is tomorrow, I beg your pardon, these are tomorrow CPR. So price is about tomorrow CPR, but if you consider last 3 days CPR, it is totally sideways. So my view is neutral. I'm unbiased. I don't have any bias whether market will go up or go down because I trade purely on pivots, and my analysis is purely intraday analysis, and I will wait patiently. I don't watch option chain. I don't watch any news. So the methods I'm teaching you is very simple because I believe that all the price action um, buckets every information, every option chain, everything, and it unveils itself in front of you. So just trade what you see rather than trading the news, or having some hypothetical situations in your mind. So it's simple for me. Okay, this is the range for Nifty. So similarly for Bank Nifty, I don't have any bias, but I do know the setup is great to have explosive moves. Maybe it can happen tomorrow or it can happen day after tomorrow. But my anticipation will be towards the explosive moves because we are in a tight sideways range, and sooner than later the market participants, buyers, sellers, bulls or bears, they are going to make a decision. When they make a decision, they would make a decision around pivot R1 or pivot S1 or Cambrilla L4 or H4. These are the areas where smart money will enter, where they make a decision and take the price to new level. So I will be watching these levels to see whether I can take a trade. For example, if price opens within 2 days range, then I will just watch the pivot to see whether they're taking support, and I won't be going too aggressive with price is opening within the previous day range. As you can see, within the previous day means it is sideways and choppy market. There is not much risk to reward. So overall, for Bank Nifty, you know, it has to break 39,552 to go high, or the first level to break is today's high at 39,230. Let's keep it 39,230. If it breaks 39,230, it can move up to 39,550. So around 250 points. Likewise, if Bank Nifty breaks today's low at the 38,860, then anticipate price has the potential to go till 38,444. Let's keep it simple. Hope this helped. Thank you, guys.